everyone, happy spring. Today what we're making is a really quick, really easy 8 ingredient snack recipe. All you need is a food processor and a refrigerator, so get ready for a super quick, super easy recipe today. So my name is Amaris. I am one of the nutrition interns here at Rebecca Bitzer and Associates. And this month, the wonderful month of April, is IBS Awareness Month. So in honor of IBS awareness, we are making a low FODMAP snack from our website called Chocolate Coconut Energy Bites. So if you are not familiar with IBS, what low FODMAP is, what energy bites are, everything I just said is you're gonna be like, well, what does this mean? I don't know. Stick around, we're gonna talk about what all that means in a second. But first, let's go over the ingredients that we need for what I'm making today. So in here, in my lovely food processor here, I already have half a cup of puffed rice and shredded coconut. We're also gonna be needing 2 tablespoons of peanut butter. There you go, you can see it there. About 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, a tablespoon of chia seeds, a dash of salt, some lovely vanilla extract, and then some dark chocolate. So the thing about low FODMAP, so dark chocolate is low FODMAP friendly, but only in small amounts. So we suggest that if you are eating this and you do have IBS or are following the low FODMAP diet, that you only limit yourself to about 1 or 2 of these energy bites per serving, per sitting, just so that it doesn't cause any irritation. Okay, so like I said earlier, the first thing you're going to want to do is put your puffed rice and shredded coconut into your food processor, and you're going to want to chop that or grind that, whatever, to a sort of coarse, I don't think you can see it very well, but a sort of coarse texture, not very fine, pretty coarse. So I already have that in there. To that, we're going to add our peanut butter, just the rest of our ingredients, and then that will make our snack once we blend it all together. So why are they called energy bites? Well, glad you asked. They're called energy bites because ideally, when you're sitting down to have a snack, you're hungry at your work, or I guess everyone's working from home now, but let's say you want a snack, ideally, or maple syrup, ideally you want your snack to have all 3 of the macronutrients. So macronutrients being healthy fats, carbs, carbohydrates, and protein. So you want to have at least one of those ideally to have a really great filling snack. And instead of having to go, cut an apple and slather on some peanut butter, you can just make this snack recipe, or whatever your go-to snack is. Maybe it's cheese and crackers. It kind of requires some assembly, but this is nice because your energy bites, you prepare them maybe at the beginning of the week, store them in the refrigerator in an airtight container. Think later on, oh, I kind of want a snack now. You just need to go and grab one of the energy bites, and there you have a really balanced snack with the chia seeds and the peanut butter being a healthy fat and a protein source, and of course the rice being a carbohydrate source. So it just makes a really great, energizing, balanced snack all in one little bite. So, and then finally our chocolate chips, put that in there, and then I am just going to go ahead and pulse this until it becomes a nice sort of sticky mixture that we can roll into little balls. Give it a couple more stirs. And then if it isn't very sticky at first, go ahead and add more maple syrup or peanut butter, whatever, it'll stick. You just might need to fiddle with the recipe a little bit. So, and then I will also be putting our recipe into the comments below once we're done here. So I'm gonna give this another go. Okay, so I'm gonna see how sticky it is to see if I need to add any more ingredients to that. So I'm taking a tablespoon measure and just stuffing that in there. And yeah, so it comes out pretty well. I'm gonna see how well it holds when I roll it. Yeah, so you see it holds up pretty well. I might put another tablespoon in there. yeah, we have a little chocolate chip fallen, or not another tablespoon, just maybe you know, a dash of maple syrup, and that'll help. That goes a long way. Let's give this one more whirl. Okay, now it should be good. So what you want to do once you have all of it mixed together, you're just going to want to go ahead and take a tablespoon measure, press it against the side, and this recipe is actually half of what the recipe is on our website. So this makes about 9 energy bites. So you see how it's sticking together. You're just going to want to roll it up into a nice little ball, and then you just plate it. He's not very round, but you know, he's still good. So while I finish rolling these up, what is IBS? You know, if you aren't familiar with what that condition is, well, IBS stands for irritable bowel syndrome, and basically people who have irritable bowel syndrome have a really irritable stomach. You know, they can suffer from a lot of stomach pain and sort of irregular or not normal bowel function, so a lot of diarrhea or constipation or both. So it's not a good time. But that's where the low FODMAP diet can come in and help relieve some, you know, IBS patients or people who have IBS of their symptoms. So FODMAP stands for fermentable oligosaccharides, disaccharides, monosaccharides, and polynols. Didn't have to look at my notes for that. Wow. So sometimes I forget what they all stand for. Anyway, so those are basically, in other words, those are some fancy words, but in other words, those are just a type of carbohydrate, so different fiber, starch, sugars that absorb a lot of water in your digestive system, in your GI tract. So eliminating those, and because they absorb a lot of water, that can cause a lot of bloating, and if you eat a lot, they can ferment over time, which is not good. So the low FODMAP diet just eliminates some of those foods that absorb a lot of water. But something which might not be as common knowledge is that the low FODMAP diet is really not intended to be followed for the rest of your life. If you do have IBS, you go on it for a while to relieve your symptoms, but eventually you want to start incorporating some of those FODMAPs, those foods, back into your diet. And that's where one of our dietitians from Rebecca Bitzer and Associates can come in. They can give you guidance, one-on-one sort of nutrition help in terms of figuring out what really irritates your stomach, what foods you should maybe always avoid, but they can really give you guidance when handling the low FODMAP diet and figuring out what the next course of action is to take. So I still have some of these to roll up, but ideally once you have them all rolled up and in their balls, you're gonna put them into the fridge and let them sit for about 4 hours. They also, honestly, I tried them before putting them in the fridge and they're also pretty good. But I have some that I made a little bit ago and they already were in the refrigerator. So these are just a great snack. You can even freeze them. They can keep in your refrigerator for about a week. And they just make, even if you don't have IBS, a really great snack option. So let's go ahead. The vanilla, the coconut makes a really good snack. So that's all I have for you today. Really quick, simple snack recipe. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments, or contact us on our website. If you want to go ahead and meet with one of our dietitians to get some help with your IBS or other nutrition help. But other than that, that's all I have for you guys today. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day and happy cooking. Bye, guys.